Hi friends, so in the earlier section we have learned about processes and jobs related to any whole system or specific to a user, and also while discussing this we have discussed that the Linux is like multi-user operating system. Okay, so in this lecture we will learn about how you can create, modify or delete user, and also will play with various type of file like etc password file and etc shadow file, which is very important, and also we'll try to run command as another user. Okay, so let's move ahead. So whenever you will add an user or create a user, so it will modify to these files etc password, etc shadow, etc group, etc gshadow, and also it will create a new directory for a user in home. Okay, so also the etc password and etc shadow file, these are most important file and you should learn the concept of them, so we'll discuss about it also. So now let's on come on etc password file. The syntax of this file is like username, then password, then user ID, group ID, then the brief description about the user means its full name, then whatever the comment about him or her, then what's the home directory for this user. You can change it also. We'll learn about that. And what's the default shell path, whether it is shell, bash, or whether it's a sh, bsh, ksh, or git shell. Okay, also, what's the content of etc shadow file? So it is username, then encrypted password. In here, the password will not be shown. It will be X. Okay. But in here, if it is set in command prompt, it will be like it will show your password. If it is not, if it is default user, then it will show any parsed value. Okay, any random value. Then last password change by password validity, then warning date, and then account validity, and then account disability. Okay, we'll learn about it. Now for creating a user you can use option user and there are bunch of options supported in there. Okay, so we'll learn about that. To modify a user you will use command user mod. To delete a user you will add user del command, and to switch to a user for running command as different user you will use option su. So there are bunch of options supported for both of these three options. Okay, so let's move on our Ubuntu VM. Let's practice them. I am on my Ubuntu VM. I will go to my terminal. So before discussing it, I would like to show you my cat etc file. So password file. So it's not just random file. It should be open as administrator. So I will use sudo and I will pass it to cat. And also, so let's see the contents from it. Okay. So I will hit enter. It is asking for my password. I will give my password. So I have entered my password and it's showing me like this. Okay, now let's filter out with my user account. So what I will use, you might have remember grep. Okay, so what's the thing here? So first one is username, then my password, which it will be not shown in here, it will be shown in my shadow file. Then my user ID, group ID, the description about the user. So I have given name, full name like DevOps guy, so it's giving me. Then the home path, and then what's the default shell path. Correct. Now if you want to show with the shadow file of this for this user, so you can do this. Okay, now let's move ahead and let's create one user. Okay, now let's create a user. So I will give option sudo user add, because only admin will run can add the user. No random user can add the user to the terminal. Okay, so I will give you user add. Now there are bunch of options, so for that let's see the main pages for user add. So if I will go in there, so you can see there are various options in there. So if you want to specify option B, it will give you option for appending to base directory. You want to add a description to the user, add option C. If you want to specify the user's home directory, you can specify option D. Okay, so you can set expiration date, you can give the group ID, and bunch of option in there. Okay, I will quit. I will just add my user name Jarvis. Okay, I will give user my name like Jarvis, and I will also give sudo user add Jarvis, and I will modify all of these things later by user mod command. So I'm just adding user for now. Okay, I think it's already there. So let me first delete my user account. User sudo user del Jarvis, because I might have created it earlier. I have deleted this. Now let me add. So what I did for deleting the user, I have used option user del. Okay. Now let me add the user add. Okay. I've done that. I will hit enter. It's done. Let me see the contents of etc shadow file, and I will filter it to Jarvis because there will be lots of content. Okay, so in here password was not set, so it's not there, and also the expiration date, validation date, and account disability date was not given, so it is not showing. Also, what is the content of password file? So it's random user id, random user group id, and then user, and the default shell is shell, normal shell. Okay, so let's move ahead and let's modify the user. Okay, so what I will do, I will go to my user. Now I will use user mode command. Okay, so first, if I want to add a description for the user, what I will do, I will do sudo user mode. Of course, you can provide all of these things while creating the user. All right, now I will modify the user by providing a comment like new developer, or let's give developer only. Developer, sorry, developer, and what's the user? The user is Jarvis. I've done that. Okay, let's modify one more thing. Let's try to change the expiry date. Okay, so for changing the expiry date for the user, we have option called option E. Of course, you can provide them while creating the account itself. Okay, user mode, sorry, user mode option E, and then let I will give a password like 2025 12 and then 12. Okay, and what was the user? So Jarvis. It was also modified. Let me, so I will, what I want to do, I don't want to create a default group Jarvis. I want to add this user to my DevOps group. So what I will do, I will also add user to sudo user mod group should be Jarvis. Sorry, group should be DevOps, my user account, my main account, and then which user you want to select? Jarvis. So it was also done. Now I don't want to change login name. You can change that by option small l. To lock and lock account, you can option capital L, and to unlock your account, you can use option capital E. Now I also want to change the password for the users. What I want to do, let's give option. So for changing the account, you have option called capital P. And what's the password? Let's give the password like DevOps at the rate 123. Okay, and who is the user? User is Jarvis. Okay, now you might have seen that for Jarvis, for shadow path, it was looking like this. Okay, there was no password and nothing in here. Also for password file for Jarvis, there was nothing in there. Okay, let me also modify the home path for the user for Jarvis. Let's rename it. Okay, so for modifying the cell, let's modify the cell first. So I will use sudo user mode. I want to change it to bin bash. My favorite is bash, that's why. And who is the user? Jarvis. It was also changed. And my user ID is not looks, my favorite number is 23, so I will do that. I will also change my uh, I will also change my user ID. So I will give option small u. I will give option 23. Okay, now done. Let's see the contents of etc password file, or and okay, and I will grab Jarvis. Okay, if I will hit enter, you can see what we have changed. We have changed our user ID to 23 by this command. Then we have also added a description in here, developer. We have not changed our home path. You can also change your home path by option, by a supported option. You can find the all option in man pages. And also I have changed the cell path to bash. Right? Let's see the contents of shadow. Okay? Or and I want to filter it with Jarvis. If I will hit enter, so in here the shadow was first exclamation mark. Now it's showing your password. Correct? Now and it is also showing the account expiration date. So basically we have set in here and it is showing this random number because it has passed. Okay, so hope you have understood the user modify command. If you want to again delete this user, you can do that by sudo user del and then service. It will delete your account. Okay, if I want to change the user account, how I can do that? I will use sudo service. Okay, change user, switch user su and then Jarvis. It will ask for my password. I will give my password. Okay, looks like my current account is not taking. I will use sudo su Jarvis. Okay, now I am logged in as my Jarvis account. Okay, and you can launch all the options in here. You can play with every command in there. Okay, so hope you have learned about this thing. Let me also quit from here. uh, okay, I think it was not done. Let me quit it or exit. Okay, I have exited. Now let me also delete the user. So sudo user del and then Jarvis. Okay, a Jarvis group not removed because it is not the primary group of user Jarvis. Okay, I think we have modified the group to Jarvis. So let me modify the group to, because it was added to DevOps. So what I will do, I will first modify the group. You can also force deleting the user by option F, but I don't want to do that. Let's modify user mod. Then I will specify the group Jarvis and then what's the user Jarvis. User Jarvis does not exist. Okay, I think it was deleted, but the group was not deleted. Okay, okay, so hope we are clear with this. Now if I will type cat etc and then shadow thing, and if I will grab to my Jarvis, so it will not show any entry. Okay, because it was deleted and it has deleted this entry also. Similarly with my password. Okay, so I'm hoping you are clear with this. So yeah, that's it for this lecture. We have covered bunch of options supported for user add, user mode and user delete. If you want to more play with this, so you can refer to man pages. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this lecture. In the next lecture, we will start our new module. We will be exploring our open source software, how the installation of package work in background, how you can uninstall them, how you can modify them, how you can use a custom package. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this lecture. And till next lecture, take care.